Yeah. So live on YouTube, good morning everyone around the world. My name is Andomir. Today we're gonna discuss a little bit about comparing generations. And I have people here that I don't know which generation they are. However,
Good
let's
morning,
discuss a little
guys.
bit. Good morning, Erica. Iago, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Iago. I am 29, so I am between millennials and Z, I think. I always say that I am a Z-lennial because I was born
Very good term,
in
Zillennial.
I was
Great.
born in 1996, so I'm really between generations. Um, I am 29. I live in the countryside of Ceará, in a small town called Apoiarés. It's really small. We have like 13,000 inhabitants. I live here with my husband and seven cats. We like cats just a little bit. I
Just a
love to
little bit,
read
seven
in
cats,
my
sure.
I love to read in my free time, but I'm not reading anything currently. I like to go to the gym. I work as an instructional designer, and yeah, I think that's it.
Very nice, very nice. Nice to meet you, Iago. Be welcome to this immersion. Um, Andrea, your turn, if you can.
Yes, good morning, guys. It's so strange for me to say good morning because I am used to attending the immersions at night. If
Same.
suddenly I,
Yeah.
I say good evening, don't worry, don't. I think it's really strange for me. So I'm Andrea. I live in Guarujá, the coast of São Paulo, but I was born in São Bernardo do Campo. I am married. I don't have kids. I don't have pets as well. Unfortunately, Iago, I wish I could have a lot of cats as you. What else? In my free time, I like listening to music, drink wine, cooking, be here on Talk and Talk to improve my speaking skills. And I really don't know about my generation, but I searched here, and the Google said for me that I am Generation X. I really didn't know about that, guys. Generation X because
Okay.
I am from 90 to 77, so maybe I can say that I am a old school. Maybe it's better.
Very nice. Thanks, Andrea. Erica, please, can you introduce yourself?
Good morning, guys. I'm Érica. I live in Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais, with my parents and my younger sister. In my free time, I enjoy a lot to swim. In Talk and Talk, I've been studying here for 4 months. About my generation, I really don't know. I didn't search about that, but I was born in the final of 80 decade. So that's it about me.
Okay. Okay. So I think it's the millennium. Could be. I don't know.
Okay, millennial. I
Yeah, I
know
think
now is Z generation, right?
Z
People
generation.
said,
Yeah, because it's
yeah,
the
now,
hot
yeah.
topic. Talk about Z generation's hot topic. Okay. So guys, I will start with the first question just to open our minds and then we can, you know, open this conversation. But Iago, for you, what does that mean? This word, success.
I think that for me, success is being able to have a comfortable life. Um, I think that some past generations they think about success just about work, and I think that now we think in a balance, in a work-life balance. We all need to work. We are not heirs. We don't have a lot of money, so we all need to work. Um, but for me, success is about being able to have a comfortable life and having time to do the things that I like, not being overwhelmed with work and thinking about how I can make more money because I think that this doesn't make any sense. Of course, it's good to have money. Money can make things a lot of things easier. But I think that for me comes to having a comfortable life, I would say.
Not polite. And okay, nice. And um, have you been a good happy, happiness in your life? Do you feel that you are happy and you are, reaching this stuff that you said?
Yes, I think so. I think that I am building a good life for my husband and I in the
Mhm.
case. So I think that now we have a good life right now in this moment. And I feel pretty happy where I am and where we are together, you know. Uh, and yeah, I feel comforted, I would say, right now.
Nice, nice. Thanks for sharing. Erica, please, uh, what does success mean to you?
In my case, I can say success is associated to happiness. It's not only about money, about work, but money is important. But I don't need to be a rich person, but I need money to provide me a good life. What means a good life for me? I enjoy to travel, so for me it's important to have money to travel at least 4 times per year, money to provide my basic needs, né, supply this is important as well when you think about success. For me is to be happy. I'm talk about as well about people that is around me, so relationship that I have in my life, like my family, my friends. So for me it's so important about that. And I'm a healthy person, so for me it's important when you think about health, because doesn't matter if you are rich, if you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, a good job, but health is so important for everyone, because without health you can't do anything in your life. So for me, success means to be happy and to have a good quality of life, to know how to manage your professional and your personal life as well.
Okay, nice, interesting. 4 times per year. Yeah, it's a lot of traveling. I mean,
Because I work in a public, sorry, I work in a public service. So here I can
okay.
divide my holidays
Ah,
for
okay.
3 times per year. And when I work in the election, election for
Okay,
president,
okay.
for one day that I work, I got 2 days off, 2 day offs for per day
Oh,
that I worked. So I can stay far away from my job for some days. So for me, it's amazing. And my
very
and
good.
I can say about my holidays is only working days. For example, next month I will be on holidays. My holiday will start on the 5 May. So, but the first day of the month I stay on day off, because it's like today it's a feriado. I
Mhm.
forgot the name in English. So my holidays start only in the weekday. So I try to combine my holidays
Perfect.
to feriado to get more days off. I don't know if you
Wow.
understand my point.
Yeah, understood. Totally understood. Very, very good plan, actually. Uh, Andrea, how about you? What does that mean?
I believe, guys, nowadays success means everything that the guy said. I totally agree. Being happy is the big one, the most important. And of course, you don't need to have so much money to be happy. In the past, people think, oh, if I have a good life, if I have a house, if I have a stable life, I will be success. But I don't have this perception nowadays. I think the most important is do the things that you really like, you really love, understand that what is your priority. Of course, we need to work. We need money to survive, but we cannot put the money in a high level, because sometimes people have a lot of money but are not happy, don't have health, and we can say the difference. We can see the difference, and maybe people that live just with the necessary can be more happy than this kind of person. So I believe that success means everything that you are able to do to enjoy your life and have a good one.
Very good. Yeah, I think when the people said about money, I think it's interesting because, for example, I remember when I'm reflecting and remembering about my time, my moment. In the past, I hadn't money to pay for the stuffs. Nowadays, I have money that I can buy a lot of things, but I don't know if I'm more happy. Actually, because it's kind of some abstract stuff, like something that in the imagination, that money is something that is, wow, we need money. Yeah, we need money to be happy, of course, because we need to buy supplies, buy stuffs, but we always, try to pursue the money, but not reflecting about money. The real money, like what you really need. But that's my case. Guys, the question that I'm thinking here is when you think about your generation and the past generation or other generation, what's your what's your perception about the main difference between generations when you compare to the generations, the youngers, or sometimes the olders as well? Iago, you can start answering this question.
Okay, I think that I will repeat myself on work-life balance. I think the past generations always think more about work, and I say that because when I was a teacher here, I had a lot of colleagues that were really close of being retired or already retired, but they still keep working because I don't know. I think that for some people they don't know what to do if they are not working, because for me, for example, I
Yes.
started to do this now because I was feeling stressed for no reason. So I am doing a lot of hobbies, and I'm thinking that I don't need to be great at any of this because I think that we need to do other things besides work. We need to find other things to feel our soul in some ways. I don't know, and whatever that means to you. But I think that we need to feel fulfillment without work, because I think that when we focus too much on work and growing in our career, I don't think that that's necessarily a good thing. Of course, as we are saying, we need to work, we need money. Oh, we need to do this, but I think that we have to enjoy life, I totally agree with Erica, for example, when she says about traveling. I think that this is a really good way to spend your time and your money
Yeah.
because I don't know, I think that we are so in our bubble sometimes and just working and coming home and doing the things in our house and not seeing people. And I say that for myself because I work from home. So I don't see a lot of
Mhm.
people. I spend my whole day in my house. But I think that we need other things to be fulfilled, to enjoy, that it's not just work. And I feel that for some past generations, they are really attached to it, I think. And some people that I know, they don't even have any hobbies, you know. So I think that that's something really important to us to figure it out, other things that we might enjoy doing, that it's not for money.
Yeah, I think sometimes we kind of mass this to think that we need to be productive. It's not about money sometimes, but it's about being productive because you cannot stay without doing anything. Like, just enjoy the moment and relaxing, empty mind, and no, I need to do something because, for example, even, I think it's interesting what we've been thinking nowadays because even hobbies, sometimes the people think, oh, I need to have a hobby because I need to learn something. You need to do something because you need to, you know, we we never think something that we can do just for do, right? Like it's being productive all the time. And I totally agree when you said about Erica about traveling because I believe I'm geologist, so I've been traveling a lot. And I believe when we move, you know, to the environment you can open your mind because you have to adapt to a very new, sensation, people, condition, behavior. So I think this is very nice. When I'm traveling, I always think, oh, this is very good because it's something that I need to see the world happening, right? Like I'm paying attention on the world. So that's it. That's it. Thanks for sharing, Iago. Andrea, how about you? What's the difference you've been thinking and about generations?
Yes, I have a point, guys. I don't know if you will agree with me, but I believe the last generation, the past generation, even though they need to work, they need to work a lot, they don't have so much time to spend in, I don't know, in activities, to hobby activities. But I believe that, I don't know, they enjoy more the life than us because nowadays I see the people always overwhelmed, always trying to pursue something. Okay, it's important, but we are always trying to be productive, as you said. Sometimes I catch myself like feeling guilty because sat on my sofa to watching some movies. Because no, Andre, you need to study, you need to do something, you need to grow in
To
your
improve
life.
yourself.
Exactly, to improve yourself. All the time I need to improve myself. And then I believe that it's so overwhelmed. You know, I don't know if we are really enjoy the life, you know, or we are just run away or running through, I don't know, to be better in the future. Sometimes I have these thoughts in my mind. Oh, I really need that. I really need to do it,
Good.
because I need that. We need to find a balance. Of course, it's really important. We don't need to get stuck, in our process, your learning process. But I believe we pursue so much, and sometimes we can find the happiness in the small things. And I believe that in the past, I don't know if I am right or wrong, but in the past, this concept was not like that. Okay, if you have a job, maybe the person will stay in that job forever, until the end of their life. And now we are always pursuing new things, better things. So it can be really stressed, overwhelmed. So it's my point of view, guys.
Now you brought a lot of very, very interesting points, a lot of it. Because we need to consider the time, for example, in the older generation, they hadn't money and time to do what they wanted at that moment, no problem. And other stuff is, um, I think philosophically, meaning we don't know what we need to do in our lives. You're just born and, oh, I need to do something because the society and so on. Identity. And I think in the past they had a plan. For example, was very interesting for a person if they got a job, for example. Oh, I need to get a very good job. Now I have a job. Nice, I'm happy. I have a family. Nice, I'm happy. I have a plan for my future, to take care of my kids and so on. I'm happy. Happiness was a plan. Nowadays, for example, you are working and you want to travel, you want to speak English, you want to speak French, you want to go abroad, you want to learn how to dance because, we have a lot of possibility nowadays. That's very close. And so this is, and sometimes you don't know how to handle this will, right? Like you want to do something and you don't know if you are happy or not because you are always excited. And we need you to consider the social media, the society, and so on. Oh my God, a lot of points, a lot. But good. Thanks a lot for sharing this, Andre. It was interesting because yeah, we need to reflect this. Erica, how about you? What the difference you've seen, you know, between generations and share with us?
I can talk about my family, my past generation of my family. When I see my father, he worked for 30 years in the same company, the same business. He got retired to that. Nowadays, it's impossible. I don't want to work in only one company. And when I talk to my mom, I don't like to do the career transition. She said, Erica, you are crazy, don't do that. Because for this kind of people, it's normal you working in the same place for your whole life. You get retired to that because the stability for them is so important. And I don't think uh, if the past generation thought about work-life balance. I agree about what Andrea says, but at the same time, I don't know because in the past people just work and build a family with many, many, many kids and stay living day by day in the way that they can. But now I have some problems because you start compare my life with others because you have social media now. But I think what Andrea said, in the past, people were happy if what they have, if what they had. Nowadays, no. I always wanna post something in our life because now we have many possibilities, like Angel said. But when you think about mental health, about the past generation, was not common to talk about depression, burnout like nowadays. But at the same time, I can say now you can talk about this topic, but the past, no. Some issues wasn't impossible to talk. I think now you have freedom to talk about many issues that if our past generation didn't have. So I think it's an important point, it's advantage, it's a benefit. So I can't say people in the past was more happy than our generation. I don't know if I explained correctly.
Yeah, you explained. Yeah, and you brought a point that, for we always try to, how can I say, smooth the past, right? For example, we passed through a very bad situation. And after a lot of years of, oh, it was nice that because I learned something. Oh my God, it was terrible, but you learned something. So we always try to smooth the what is going on with our lives. I think it's a natural behavior of your body, brain, and emotions to balance the impact of the emotions on your brain, right? And for example, if you talk to the older people or people, the people will say, "Oh, in my generation was the best because I was happy." But actually, if you look, with very close, what happened and what going on was terrible. A lot of things very terrible, terrible in the level that we cannot imagine, right? But they try to smooth what happened. And you do the same. Sometimes you pass through through a bad situation and you rethink about what happened. So yes, I think it's hard to be very, how can I say, very realistic comparing stuffs. But very good point you brought, Eric. Nowadays we can discuss more about, I think things that really matter, like, our healthy, mental healthy emotions, hobbies, the life is not only work, for example, right? And this is complicated for us because we don't know how to handle, right? I'll say about me, for example. I started, in my crazy mind, very chaotic, this is my way. But I started to do a course about how to write chronic. I start. My plan is to write a book of chronics, right? I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm learning a lot. And for me, it's interesting because it's a totally new world, literacy, totally new world. And I don't know if I can say, oh, I'm happy because I'm doing this, or I'm not happy. I'm just do. Sometimes the happiness, we do not find the happiness. We only live, right? It's not something rational, but something that we feel. And I think for this reason, it's very hard to discuss happiness, right? But that's it. For example, nowadays we have a lot of options. So I'm trying to, I'm start to writing these stuffs, learning how to do it. I'm start to learn how to play new songs because I like to play and sing. And I'm doing the things. That's it. I just do. Guys, if you want to add something, feel free to say. Uh, comparing about the things that we've been discussing, what do you think about your future? Your future. And the question is based on, in the past, I think they had a plan for I need to get a job, family, a home. Okay, kids, right, I'm happy. Life is successful completely. Nowadays, the people want to travel, want to learn, want to do a lot of stuff and so on. And in this, you know, align with this point, what do you think about your future, right? Yeah, you can start.
I don't know.
It's
I
a
feel that
therapy
I feel
session here.
that I feel that it's exactly what you say. I sometimes I feel that I don't have a plan, that I still don't know what I'm doing.
And
But
it's
I think
it's it's okay, and it's okay, right?
yes, I think that I made peace with this because I used to be too hard on myself when it comes to this, and mostly when it comes to work, I would say, because I feel that I am all over the place. For example, I graduated in English and then I worked as a teacher for a while, and then I was a pedagogical coordinator. and then I did like a career transitioning, but I'm still on education, but I work as an instructional designer, which is totally different. And then I changed company, and now I feel that I don't know anything that I am doing, that I don't know how it is to be an instructional designer, even though I am working with this for the last 2 years. But I don't know. But I really feel that I still don't have a plan. I don't know. But for my career, my plans, and that's something that I need to build better, to sit down and write down what steps I need to do. But my plans is to work abroad. That's why I am always trying to improve my English. Uh, I think that with this, I will have a better life, without crazy working. Um, but for my personal life, I think that I would like to be able to travel more to, I don't know, maybe someday being like Andrea and live on a city that has beach because I love the sea. I would love to be able to, I don't know, on a Sunday morning, go to the beach and have a bath on the sea, you know. But yeah, I think that for the future, I would like to do something like this.
Good. And I think this is the reason, or one of the main reason, our generation have so many problems in terms of thinking about the life itself, right? Because we are thinking about this existence, something like that, right? Look, what I will like, what I want to do, don't know, right? We have a lot of options. I have no plan for the life. Yeah, because if you have a plan, even that you have a plan, you will know something that very different, and that you cannot account on your plan. So I never thought about that. So would change the whole thing. Oh, thanks for sharing, Iago. Andre, how about you? What's your plan for the future if you have a plan? Share with us
Yes,
because we need a template. We need a
that's a
template for the life.
yes, it's such a difficult question because, as Iago said, I believe that I don't have a plan, right, guys? Because I am just, of course, trying to improve myself as we are talking about. But I don't know. If I stop to think, I don't have a degree yet because I have postponed it. I try it twice and I give up, you know. And sometimes I think, oh my gosh, what am I doing with my life? Because I'm 47 and I don't have a degree, and people nowadays needs a degree to be better, you know. To- Maybe I am trying to achieve some standards that society puts for us, and I don't know if it's correct or not. Maybe I can live without it, but I try to pursue it because of the society. Then it's difficult for me to thinking about my future, like in professional part, because I have a lot of experience because I've been working in an administrative field for a while, more than 20 years, you know, and maybe the lack of a degree can be a fail for me. I don't know. But at the same time, I am speaking English. It's something that I really love.
Like
Maybe,
French.
yeah, make friends. And maybe in the future I can find something related to English. I thought about that because I wish I could have the same motivation, guys. I've been saying it a lot to study other things as I have to study in English. It's completely different. I could stay here speaking English the entire day, and it will be a pleasure for me. It's different.
Because we are not
But like,
studying, we are discussing good topics. That's the point. The
exactly,
point of learning, right?
yes, and it's something that I really love. So it's different. I don't know why. But the point is, I believe, guys, if we stop to think, I remember that in the past we needed to have like follow a standard. We needed to grow up. We need to find a job. We need to get married. We need to have kids. And I am 47 and I don't have kids. I don't want to have kids. Of course, now it's impossible because of my age. But I am a only child, and my mom said for me, "Oh, Andrea, you need to have kids because our generation will end when you diet and when I diet." Okay, no problem. Come on, I don't want to have a kid just because you want, you know. Uh, so I believe that this freedom that we have now to make choices, you know, and to put, oh, this is my choice. I want to be like that, you know. You don't need to say for me that what I need to do. It's really strong in this generation that the past don't have. The past needed to follow the standard. So this is a really good point in my opinion, even though of course we have a lot of problems, as I said before. Sometimes we feel that we are overwhelmed, and I believe that we are, but this freedom that we have, it's like a big achievement. I don't know if I answered the question, guys. Sorry, but that's it.
You didn't answer the question, but was very good answer. Well, you said something very nice that, for example, if you think about generations, we are sometimes, I think the most part of Brazil are the first generation. We are the first generation that are doing these things that we want. And this is hard because, it's the freedom, the option. So you need to, how can I say, support your decision, right? Like, oh, I will do this and I'll support. And sometimes the society do not understand because it's the first generation are doing something like this. For example, I am the first geologist in my family. I'm the first PhD in my family. Now I'm working with a company that is a company, international company of energy. And I can have a very good network doing the stuff. And it's something that I never, 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 never imagined in my life. And even my family, they do not imagine that, the things that I'm doing. So, and I need to take care and go on, like, handle the stuff and so on. But very, very nice stuff you said, Andre. Very nice. Ed, how about you? Plans for
I
future.
yeah, I can say I don't think about the future for a long time. I try to achieve my New Year resolution that I did in the last year. So for this year, what's my plan? What's my goal? To improve my English. Because of that, I'm here in Talk and Talk. I do like to do a career transition this year, so I'm working for that. Um, I try to be activity more active in my in my life, like to practice physical exercise. I think so important to think about health because each day I'm getting older, so I think it's important to think about the future, not about the plans for the future, but for everything that I'd like to achieve in the future, I need to have health. So, but like Andrea said, something I know that I don't want my life. First of all, I don't wanna be a mother. It's not my goal. I do like to travel more because I love it to go. I love to visit new place, to meet new people, to share experience. For me, when I go for a trip, for me it's amazing because when you said, Angel, open our mind, I knew another perspective of other people. So it's important to stay away for your life in your city in the same time of the year. For me, it's so important. But I believe I don't have a big goal for this year.
Mm.
For me, it's good this because it's hard. Everything that you do like to do in your life, you need to put some effort. And my life is so crazy. I'm so busy. So I try, for example, study English 1 hour per day. So I go to my swimming classes twice per week. So I try to only moving, like only moving in my way and to achieve my plans. But about for long time, I didn't think about the future because I don't know if I still alive next week.
Mm.
So I think because some people, guys, I should say that some people make many plans for the future, but you don't know about tomorrow. And my concern is I stop to think about today, to live today, the present, because I'm only think about the future. For me, now is more important than the future because I don't know if the future you come né? I will live the future.
Very good, yeah. Yeah, sometimes you overthink about the stuffs and, you know, as Iago wrote here, global warming, the world is ending, okay? So there is no future sometimes.
Yes.
But you know, I think this is a good call. I mean, to think about what you said, Erica, like live in the present more, and you know, the one of the challenge that I've been passing through is try to reduce the things that I'm thinking, like to concentrate on, you know, special stuffs. And I'm especially engaged on create stuffs, create, real create. For example, writing. I'm writing. I'm trying to write a lot and read a lot. Write, read, write, read. Because I think through here in Talk, I started to think, man, why I cannot do something or build some stuff, you know, that is a intellectual thing. I've been study, you know, so many things. I've been, you know, spending my time doing a lot of stuff. Now is a time to do something, you know, to put something in the world. So I'm engaged on it. It's not easy, but it's something that I can, how can I say, I can learn how to be more present on the things that I'm doing, right? True writing, true thinking. For example, talking like we are doing right now, I think something that I really love, you know, the immersion. You said I didn't follow questions because I'm always when you are, you know, answering, I'm thinking this question. And sometimes I'm only put the question if the people want a guide, like a guidance. However, I like to maintain this very natural conversation, you know, more natural as possible. So I think that this is something that I like to do, to talk, to speak. And it's something that I want to transfer to write. That's my point. And to live the present doing this, right? Guys, we have 10 minutes. Now, will be the hardest question for this immersion. You need to think about advice for the generations. Can't say advice for the older generation or the younger generation, but some advice that you learned, from your entire life. So from your life, you've been thinking or reflecting something that could be a quote, could be, um, or something that you want. Feel free. Stage is yours. Let's start with, yeah, advice.
Okay, I think that I have two. I think that you need to have a hobby. It's something that you don't need to be great at it, but you need to do other thing that it's not work. And then and something that you don't think in making about work, because I feel that sometimes with hobbies we always think, oh, I think that I could sell this. I think that I could make this. Uh, I think that I could sell this, but have a hobby and don't make profit with it. And take some time to write down what you are feeling, your feelings, and to recognize the things that you are grateful for in your life. I think that that's something that really changed for me to write down, to take some time to write down how I am feeling and the things that I am grateful for, because I think that it forces you to be present, to think about the things that you have and the things that you are living now. Something that I do, for example, every day now, I do a 10 list thing for things that I am grateful for, because that's really helpful
Wow.
to to start my day in a positive way of thinking, because a lot of problems will happen in our day, and a lot of these problems will be solved, and we don't need to only focus on them. So that's something that is really helpful for me. I would also say take some time to stretch your body, because we stay too much time sitting down. I do like a 10-minute yoga session when I finish my work, and that's okay. That's awesome for my body. And I was thinking another thing also, but that's it. Three advice.
Very good. A lot of advice, bro. Very good. Thanks for sharing. And this is what you said you have done. It's very nice to write down some stuff that you are, happy. That's something very interesting. It's a kind of auto self-therapy or something like that, right? It, something that you are grateful. Right. Very good. I think I would do the same. Andrea, please, your turn.
Yes, I really love it, the Iago's answer about that. I believe that we need to be really grateful, because sometimes we are just asking for God, oh, give me it, give me that. And we don't put so much value in the things that we already have, we already achieve. So it's a good point, Iago. I will do it. Try to write down the things that I am grateful for. And my advice would be free yourself to be yourself. It's a YouTube song that I really love. And I just think about, guys, the fact that we sometimes are so much concerned about the others people thoughts about ourselves. So sometimes we try to please everybody, and forget about ourselves. So try to be yourself. Try to be the person that you are. You know, don't worry so much about the others. Try to do what you want, what you like in your life. I believe that is the most important, because I'm 47. I don't consider myself an old person at all, because my mind is like a 30-year-old girl. It's a fact, okay? But my body is not follow my age in my mind. So I start thinking about the things that I didn't do because of the others. And sometimes I am catching myself going to concerts alone. And in the past, I couldn't go to a cinema alone. So as I said before, like it's like a freedom. When you start being yourself, put yourself in a priority, it's amazing, guys. That is my advice.
Very good, very good. I
I am so
remember
philosophical today. Sorry, guys.
this is the
I am
purpose
so
of this
philosophical.
immersion, right? This is the purpose of this immersion. Philosophically meaning all the things.
Yeah.
Because I think I don't like shallow conversation. I like deep conversation to make the people crazy. That's the very nice, Andrea, that you can enjoy nowadays. You know, I do the same. Sometimes I'm here working and I'm see, some movie that, oh, this is interesting. I'm just turn off my computer and go watch alone. I do a lot of things alone. I love a lot of things alone. And I think it's very interesting to calm down and to reflect. And I think we need to learn how to be alone, right? Like,
Yeah.
how to enjoy, because we've been so busy or so surrounded by people all the time, because this is the sense of life, right? You need to post on Instagram your life, and the people need, you want it to be watched, right? And sometimes you just to relax and to calm. Okay, thanks, Andrea. Thanks. Erica, your turn.
Guys, I can say my mom always say to me, Erica, nothing is forever. So for me, this advice is this: nothing is forever, because sometimes you could be living a big problem in your life, suffering about something, but doesn't matter if you are happy or upset today. The life is a circle. So every day should be different. So keep calm, because the storm you pass in someday. And I think it's important you to be honest with yourself, to live your life in a better way, to focus on to pursue your dreams. I think it's so important. I can say about my process of learning English. It's hard, but for example, I enjoy the process because I'm here. It's a safe place. Talk is a community, because I think it's important you enjoy your life, enjoy the process, because I don't know about the future. I don't know. I can work hard today, and I didn't achieve what I would like to get in the future. But because of this, it's important to enjoy the process, because sometimes you think, oh, I'm losing my time. No, enjoy the process, because I think I can get some things the long of the process. It's not only the goal. So I think it's important everyone
Enjoy
to
that.
live your life in a better way, to be honest with yourself. You think it's important you should have a good values and share with people. I think the world needs to good people share love, né? If others, if you too.
I agree. Very
Thank you,
good.
guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Eric. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot. And it's very true. We need to enjoy, what we are passing, what we are learning and doing. My advice is learn English, join Talk and Talk. I don't know what you are doing with your life. The world is crazy. And learn English just to discuss. I don't know what you are doing, but just to discuss. If you learn English, you can discuss in English. And I don't know if it will be good, but at least we will do something, right? We need to do. We are here in the world to create stuff, to communicate, to establish connections, and to do all this stuff, all these things. Thanks a lot, Andrea, Erica, and Iac for this conversation. It was really, really nice. I love when we can, maintain this mood, the conversation, learn from the immersion, right? So enjoy the rest of your day. See you in the next week. Okay? Bye-bye,
Thank you,
guys.